What's going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop Luke. In this episode, we'll be previewing the huge GWS Collingwood game all the way up at Giants Stadium. So let's run that intro, jump straight into it. So before we do jump straight into it, a couple of things that I would like to get up front. Follow me on Twitch, Swoop Luke. I'll be streaming FIFA 20, my Collingwood FIFA tournament, Crash Bandicoot, anything else that you can think of. I will start streaming it. I'll work on a schedule so it'll be nice and succinct. But Swoop Luke, give us a follow. If you're on Instagram, give us a follow as well, at Swoop Luke. Daily news, daily pictures, highlights, videos, my opinions. If you can't get enough of the Swoop Luke YouTube channel. Also, talking about the YouTube channel, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to get notifications, and you'll become a certified swooper guaranteed. Alright, let's just jump into this preview now. So the Giants come into this game on the back foot a little bit. 2 losses in a row. They started off the season well. Round 1, they beat Geelong, but round 1 was about 3-4 months ago now. They got done by the Kangaroos. Then they got done by a Western Bulldogs outfit that just weren't performing all season, and all of a sudden they come out and smashed the Giants. They kept the Giants to their lowest score. Well, one of their 10th lowest ever scores, which is just incredible. In saying that though, they were without some of their big guns. Whitfield, Kelly and Toby Green didn't play last week. I anticipate that they will come back in this week, but still, with 3 of their guys missing, they've still got stars coming out of the freaking wazoo. So they still get smashed. That's the crux of it, and they're not looking to do that 3 times in a row. The Pies, on the other hand, are absolutely flying at the moment. A huge 10-goal first half against the Saints. Literally doubles the goals that we put up against Richmond in that draw, and we just looked every bit of premiership contenders in that first half against St Kilda. Now, St Kilda have been travelling okay, great running team. They smashed the Western Bulldogs. Just happens to be one of those seasons where everything is just topsy-turvy, except for us, it seems. We seem to be the benchmark of the competition. No, I'm not including Port Adelaide because they haven't really versed anyone of, sustenance. I don't know why I want to say sustenance, but they haven't versed anyone of value, I guess. What mattered last week was that it was a defensive masterclass. We only let 5 goals in, which we have only let in 15 goals in the first 3 rounds of the season. That is just absolutely unheard of. You have to go back a century to see that stat again. So we are putting on a defensive masterclass, and last week we put on an attacking masterclass. And I don't expect anything different this week against the Giants. The last time we met, it's forever stuck in your brain, it's forever stuck in my brain. That preliminary final at the MCG in, semi-horrid conditions. I don't want to have to go through it, but we're going to have to for this preview. So that was one of the most heartbreaking defeats I've ever seen, and obviously the year before that, in 2018, we went through that heartbreaking grand final loss. But that prelim, I don't want to say that we didn't rock up to play because that's not fair on the guys, but we definitely did go missing in that 3rd quarter and start of the 4th when the Giants piled on just 6 unanswered goals. Yes, we did show a little bit of a fight back, but it was just too little too late, going down by less than a goal, and we're just out to get our revenge on Friday night. In that game, Grundy had 80 hitouts, or nearly 80 hitouts, and barely any of them went to advantage. The Giants knew to rove off his ruck work, so we've got to definitely have to rectify that. And we were also without De Goey. If you remember, he did go to Germany to fix that hamstring, hopefully get up for the grand final, which ultimately didn't happen. But that was then. This is now. So I feel like it will be a key midfield battle. It's got to be a hotly contested ball. The thing with Collingwood and the Giants at the moment is that we're doing really well with our clearance work and our contested possession work, whereas the Giants aren't doing the exact opposite of what we're doing, just not good. So Leon Cameron did come out this week and say that they will look to rectify that, and that's exactly what they're going to do. That's how they beat us the last 2 times we played them last year. Around that ball, that contested possession, and those clearances. Grundy is going to need to pull out all of the stops to be able to get these hitouts to our advantage. With the likes of Wills, Adams, Pendlebury, the 2 Brown brothers, De Goey going through the midfield, what I think is going to happen is Wills is just going to be a battering ram, protecting the likes of Pendlebury and, the Browns or the De Goeys. And same as Adams. They might not amass a lot of possessions, but they're going to be protecting the ball carrier or going in and under, smashing it out. That's exactly why we brought Wills into this team. It's also going to be a big day for our defenders. Touted as one of the best defenses in the league, maybe not one of the best, maybe the best defense in the league. The Giants have a slurry, is that the right word? A slurry of forwards. Perryman is their halfback and he's kicked 8 goals and is leading the Coleman medal. Cameron isn't going to have 2 quiet games in a row. Finlayson, Himmelberg, Daniels, they've got all these little forwards as well that can kick goals, so our backline will have their work cut out for them. And the key matchup that we want to see, Toby Green, Braden Maynard, no doubt. It is going to be just, if the Giants bring what they brought last week against the Bulldogs, so that, that crash, bash, don't care about the ball, punch-ups, I'm going to love to see Adams and Maynard get their little bullhorns out and just break packs. The age-old question, Cox or Cameron? Cameron or Cox? I do think that we're going to drop Cameron and bring Mason Cox in. Wait, let me explain. Cameron has done well since his debut against the Tigers, clunking marks and stuff like that. He did have a bit of a quiet week last week, 2 disposals, but 18 pressure acts, 5 tackles, so he was prevalent, but maybe not the big marking forward that we need. That's why Cox comes in. In the practice match, he got 13 marks, kicked a goal, contested every ball, or pretty much every ball that came down into our forward line against the practice match Saints. So I think that with that big body, tall, puts the defenders on their toes, and he can provide a great second ruck for Grundy. What I also like about Cox playing is that he can sit that deep forward, which leaves Myercheck to play up the ground a little bit more, bombing him in from 50 or providing the kicks to Cox. What that also means is that De Goey can play a little bit more time in the midfield and pinch it in the forward line. I don't see Adam Treloar coming back in. They're going to give him another week and he'll play Essendon the week after. For the Giants, they'll bring in Toby Green, Lockie Whitfield and Kelly. Are they underdone? Who knows? There were a couple of late outs against the Bulldogs. I don't know who they'll bring out because I don't really know a lot about the Giants team, but it'll look like they're younger guys. So my big call and predictions. I do feel like this is a very winnable game against a Giants side that are just on the ropes at the moment. They could go 1-3 by the end of this weekend. I don't want to get too cocky because the last 2 times we've played the Giants, they have come out and absolutely smashed us when we've gone in as favourites. So we will be very wary of them, but I do feel like we will win. My prediction is we'll win by 25 points. My big call is that Jamie Elliott's going to kick 4 goals and he'll set up 2 goals, which he could have usually kicked, but he thought it'd be a little bit unselfish and hit up 2 teammates, and that's just my big call. But if you've watched it this far, leave a swoop down below in the comments. I'll like it. I'll give it a little bit of a heart and just really appreciate you guys watching it all the way through to the end. Until next time, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers. I'll swoop you later. So that's just been my preview. If you've watched it this far, leave a shacker down below. If you can leave an emoji, if you can write the word out, I appreciate it. Give you a like, give you a little bit of a heart. I do appreciate all of you. Keep an eye on my Instagram because I might be coming out with a little bit of merch, maybe a bit later in the year. Still trying to suss it out. May or may not do it, who knows, but just keep your eyes peeled. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next time, double shackers, swoop you later.